Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I got something totally different, but I've got a lot to show you guys. So today, this here is the paper that you get from Hobby Lobby or either Home Goods. And this is 20 by 20. Okay, so 20 by 20. So I decided to go ahead and make big collages out of it. But here's the paper that I've been using on my desk, and I thought, okay, I've got a ton of these, so I thought I would use them. And the other day I was saying to myself, I have so many scraps from all the collage soup books that I was just going to put them all on the paper, and that way I could see them, and I kind of like them, and it might be artsy. So anyway, it kind of got a little more in detail, and that wasn't even the route I was going, but I do like the way they're turning out. And this one here, I tried to name all of them, but this one here, I don't know the name for this one. But, this here is from Vogue or somewhere, and the collage soup, which I downloaded, which I'm going to have to show you those 3 new downloads that I just did. And so I tried to have a theme for each one. And this was supposed to be the sepia, but I didn't like the yellow, and so I decided to paint the whole thing yellow and put the images on it, and it just wasn't speaking to me. So then I put the orange, and it wasn't speaking to me. So then I went in with a little bit of marker, and then that wasn't. So then I went back and did a little bit of watercolors. I guess you can figure this one out. It's the pink one. And I thought it needed a little something more, so I thought about this washi tape that I've been holding on to forever, that I keep saying it's too wide. It's probably about 2 inches. That it's too wide, and I never was going to use it. So this was the perfect place to use this. And these decals here, I'll have to show you that in a minute also. These were Vicky Bouton decals that I had gotten the other night. So that's what I'm saying. It's just one thing. And so like I said, I started, at first I didn't start out, I'll have to show you the one when I get to it, but at first I didn't start out painting them. I was just going to put all my scraps, all blue scraps, all yellow scraps, or whatever. That's the way it started out. But then it started into, okay, it could be better. It could be a collage. And this is the birds. All birds. I have to throw them in the floor. This is, I guess, the blue one. And let me show you all something on this other one. That once I started painting on them, the corner started rolling up. So I had these little square blocks that I had a whole bag of. So I thought, okay, I'll put the little square blocks on it, and that seems to work and keeps the corners folded down. Okay. So this was one of my silhouettes. I don't know if y'all can see that, of this lady. But this is the blue. This one was supposed to be the colorless one. It's what I named this one, but it's right colorful to be colorless. But I had these 2 in mind when I was getting ready to do this. This is my black and white, as you can tell, and I wanted a little pop of red. And this was out of one of the magazines, not out of, as you can tell, not out of collage soup. This one is my stained glass. I couldn't think of the name. stained glass. I'm trying not to get the one in the background in the way. Stained glass, and most of this come out of, I believe, one of the old Somersets. And some of these might be out of this Somerset that I just got. I can't remember all of it. Another pink. But, and two, I was thinking, when you get those collage soup books, what do you do with the big images that you get? You know, that would take up your whole book page. So that was another reason why I thought I would do this. Great for that. And my orange. And some was collage soup. Like I said, this one here, I believe I'd put the images down and then started painting the orange on top. Oh, but I know what it was now. I'm trying not to show you this one in the background. What it was, this was one of my old ones that I had been painting on, and I could see a flower coming up through here. So that's what, you know, this green and this yellow, and there was some green up here. Right here, some paint. So I said, okay, I'm just going to play off the flower thing. So I'm calling this one my flower. And it's orange also. But I love it. And this is my yellow. Which this one here is a bit wider. This one's 24 by 20, probably 18 by 24. And you know, we all have them because we all come home with something from there. And I love it. Okay, so I'll do a quick flip through, I think, of, let me move you guys down. And I did, this here's an old one. Little Boy Blue, I think, what it was. Okay, so I did a little bit, which we all can see that. And, you know, I don't 100% get everything. I think I may have used a bunch of them. In the yellow one, it had cars like Volkswagens and stuff. I think I had already used those. I'm trying to keep them all situated. I've got so many, and I got all these ring binders sitting over there on my table. Okay, and then Doll's World, which this came out of the recent Somerset, and I'm going to show you all that in a minute, but I put it over here with Doll's World, which I thought it would go great with that, since it was pink, or it's living in a doll's world. I was kind of disappointed, but again, you know, the images were big and they weren't, you know, you can always reduce them. But I think I was looking for more kind of like these images. And I do like these. Like I said, these are good for the big pages. And the other day, my husband had brought home this table that was on the clearance thing. It was like 32 by 32. It was round, but, you know, it come in a square box. And so I told him, I said, I'm going to use that box as the book cover for those pages. And maybe I'll show you guys that one day. But it's going to be a big book cover. But I'm already, my cards are turning, you know, what kind of book cover would I make? And I thought I would do a bunch of pink images, but I've already changed my mind on that. Okay, and then mellow yellow. Guess I'll have to do some more big yellow pages. I've been working on about 3 or 4 different projects, but that's how my brain is. I'm sort of like Dina Wakley, old squirrel. One day I'll be working on big collages, and I was going to do 20, but I got past 10, and I got to pick it back up. But I had started working on something else. And then the other day I had went to Joann's with coupons in tow. And, you know, they say if you spend so much, you get a $10 coupon. So that's what I did. And I always take my husband with me because, you know, whatever I can't buy on my card, I'll buy on his card. You know, if you get to a limit, which they're pretty good about letting you use 3 or 4 different coupons. But, you know, my husband has his account, so I always drag him with me, which he doesn't mind. He's the shopper in the family. I'm not the shopper. And so he'll use his account, and that way, if he gets over a certain amount, and if I get over a certain amount, then we both get, you know, 2 $10 coupons. I think several of them have this appliance looking thing in some of the other books as well. I think they all have a certain amount of cats and dogs. I like these little house things, which that was good. The house things would be good for your little sketchbook. And I got to show you my sketchbook on top of everything else. Okay, so then, like I said, I went to Joann's and got some things by Vicki Boutin. And I think it had 3 different sets to one pack, like 3 envelopes to one pack, but one envelope, which this is all 3 combined, and these are, you know, stickers that you don't have to cut apart, even though it looks like it. But now, some of these, okay, this one you don't, but this one you do. You'll have to cut each thing out. I need to leave these out a minute because something else I'm going to show you all. And I thought those little things were separate, but they're not. But thank God these are. And I like these little quotes. It's still a sticker, even though, you know, it's not separated. Washi tape like. Words. And I believe, now these, yeah, these are separate. These you'll pull off and those are separate too, and these are even separate too. So you're gonna have to cut around those. And these are separate. These are not. Okay, so, well, let me show you these. So I got a ton of these, which, you know, you can imagine if you combine 3 of these Vicki Boutin things. Try to run through these right quick. Some little tabs. These can go in your planners. So that's all one thing right there. Some buttons, which I can use those in what I'm doing now. Which I'm glad I pulled this out. And they have these little cellophane-like thing. You're my favorite. There's a 2. And I can use these in what I'm doing now. I just have to get to it. Some little, you know, as if you did watercolors on a page. Happiness. The storyteller. And we all like the little flowers. Another little watercolor. I think that one pops out. Another little thing to go in a planner. All these are Semic writing. bunch of little tabs, which I could use in my books. More tabs. More watercolors. Here's some little black, these are cute, like a little clipboard, top of a clipboard. Life is filled with so many things waiting to be discovered. No. Yeah, discovered. Dragonfly. Some more houses. I love little houses. Here's a gnome. More little ephemera. Trying to show you as much as I can. Those of you who like mushrooms. Tennis shoes. Typewriter. A tab. A ruler. Which I can probably use that. And what I'm getting ready to show you all. I like these little things. So these were, you know, 3 different Vicky Bouton. But actually, when I had got over there to it, it said buy 2, get 3 free. So here I am just pulling this Vicky Bouton stuff down. And get up there, and she said, no, the sign is in the wrong spot. And I said, oh, great. So I got thinking, well, I know I have a bunch of coupons on my app. 40, 50, 60, whatever. I try to always go when I get a 60, no matter what. I don't always use the 50s, but I try to use a 60. So, you know, I went and bought these. You know, you could use a coupon on Vicky Bouton, which I'm shocked. Because usually, stuff like the Diane Reevely journals, it won't let you use the coupon on it, I don't think. And plus, now my Joann's will carry the Diane Reevely journals every now and then. And so will Michael's. And then they'll carry, well, actually they had the paint in there the other day. And I bought 2 things of paint because they had that on sale. More washi tape like things. A book. Those are stuck together, but they come apart. Now there's a little color wheel. Some numbers, that's great for what I'm doing now. Okay, so that's for that. Okay, so this morning I started a whole new thing. And I thought that I would do, hold on, I got to back up a minute. Got to back up because I had also got a Somerset. And it won't do no good to show you that one if I didn't show you this to start with. But we'll walk through this right quick. I've already took it apart. Here's one of the papers. Just bear with me. And this is the Somerset that has the paint brushes. Here's one, the interactive papers. Maybe I need to move y'all back up. It's the one that has the paint brushes on the front. told you it's going to be long today. I've already been cutting in it, as you can see. Oh, I've not even shown y'all the back, because I was showing you the interactive papers. Getting ahead of myself. And I think, I'm not sure about that one. I was already cutting on this to make this next project. That, well, when I was looking through Pinterest, as usual, you know, they were showing planners and how people were doing planners, and here was the one that had the brushes. And so I thought I would make my own planner out of, you know, just a book from Dollar Tree, which I've had some books. I've had these for a while, as a matter of fact, and didn't know what to do with them. Boy, this is an informative video today. You know, you can get clean cut pages. If I usually tear it in half, and yes, it was hard to tear in half, but I tear it in half, and once you do, you know, you could pull the pages out without ripping the edges. A lot of sepia in this one. Definitely have to do something with that. I thought about sending something in for maybe see if they'll post it, because I did see someone in here from Greensboro, and I live near Greensboro, North Carolina. I always like these little things too, which I think will be good for the project I'm doing now, the little planner. Outside the box, that's me all the way. Anytime I see a project or a picture or painting, which, you know, just about every night I paint, I sketch, Do a little bit of everything. That same with the vase, but I took the vase off. Let's see what was on the back of that one. And then it gives you interactive pages to do your own paint brushes. You know, a bunch of these little interactive pages. These here to do the different colors, like a grid journal. Okay, so now maybe I can sit down a minute. So I got one of the old Dollar Tree books, and I got to thinking, you know, how to help you guys out when I can. But you know, I've been doing the sketchbook journals and what have you, and I thought, well, maybe some of you might like buildings or what have you, and maybe you don't sketch well or at all. So a good way, I find them in Pinterest, and then I just snapshot them and then print them off of my printer. And then this was made this morning, so I haven't had a chance, but I'm going to go in watercolors and color this. And these were just some of my stamps. And this was from Collage Soup. But I thought I'd make me a planner because I love that girl's planner. And this was, you know, from the Somerset. And these were the Vicky Booten. These were the stickers. These were Collage Soup. And, well, let me back up too. You know, it had the words in it, and I have to get rid of the words somehow, so I was just taking, now I'm using Shuttle Art acrylic paint that I got from Amazon. And I believe it was 50 bottles. Excuse me, let me back up. It was 25 bottles for $50. So that's what I got. And these are some of the colors: sky blue, green, and turquoise, which, you know, you're going to have to, I wouldn't use this too much, but you can use that with something else. But you can't go too dark because you got to be able to, you know, put your little numbers on your pages. So the first page, you know, didn't have anything but the green. And then I don't normally just put one color. I might mix two colors like this, maybe white, maybe the turquoise and the sky blue together. And then that was the Vicky Booten as well. Those were the stickers, but it was, you know, one continuous tape thing. So I thought it would be good to use maybe these, say for the month. You know, you could stick a bunch of these down. And I never can put anything straight. That these will probably pull back up anyway, but if you wanted to use these to put a number in it, and you can buy those numbers at Hobby Lobby that have the 1 through 31. You don't have to buy, you know, 1 through 100. They do have the calendar numbers, and they're small. That I usually see these here some of them are going to be a pain. So this is the splat. You know, you put a number in that. And I thought that even, you know, you could take these little dots and make it be like a, maybe like a bullet journal. Thought maybe that would look cool. Or we could take the little arrow here. I don't know how that's going to work. Just, you know, anything. Let's see how, I was wondering how that was going to look over there, but, and it is translucent like. So I like that also. And here's a heart. I think you can take that out in the middle too. I hope that comes out, yeah. Okay, one of them wants to come out, the other one don't. But you know, just, let's see, I think it had another one over here. Oh, and I was using those over there. But these you had to cut out. And I thought that would be good for this, but I can't put that down right now because I'm not even, I've already put the numbers. Now this January thing I got from the Diane Reevely, you know, calendar collection plus the numbers. And then I had put these Vicky Boutin things, but after I put the numbers, I said I'm going to cut up the little ruler and put that down. But I thought these would be neat. You know, you can use them on February. You can use those. But I thought these little things here too would be great to put beside of that. All those little things right there would look good. Maybe would look good on this page. Beside of the numbers. I like those numbers too, but this here would look good. This cellophane. That would look real pretty. Any of these, see, like the little watercolor thing. That would look good. Maybe put a bunch of those. Wish I had a whole thing of those, but I guess I can make them. You know, that would be great. For the ones I don't have, I'll just make some and put the numbers in those. And let me see if I see my... Okay, so here's a planner that I made last year out of this book. And, you know, these are the little Diane Reevely stamps. I stamped it on paper that I made. And then, you know, you can buy these little numbers, cellophane numbers. And they're stickers. And the Diane Reevely, you know, she not only has the round, she has some squares, some rectangles, what have you. But that's to show you what the little numbers look like. Okay, so, but I really like that one with those. Any of these watercolors or these cellophane things would be great. It says small and great. You know, like this one here, I used 2 different colors. You know, it's not going to cover the words up, but, you know, once you put whatever you got to put down, you know, whatever, and then the little square, it's not going to matter that much. And, you know, this will probably not even be written in it. It'll probably be just visual anyway. I like this page, and it's showing up way bluer than, to me, this page looks like this page off camera. But anyway, okay, that's the last of that. But I had went through the book and, you know, did every 3 pages together. And so they won't be so puffy there in the middle. When I got through doing the 3 pages and 3 pages, I pushed the book together. And maybe overnight, if you could put something real heavy on it or whatever, you won't have all those gaps at the top. They're pretty much flattened. I can't show you how flattened they are, but, you know, to y'all, see, it's flat. It's not apart. It's flatter than it would have been had I just kept going and kept trying. And this one here, it's flattened, but, you know, it's not puffy there where it won't, trying to move you guys up. Okay, it's not, that will flatten out. It's just where, you know, the glue has dried. But at least it's flat where when I go to turn the pages, but it's going to start to get full, and I guess, you know, me putting pictures on it's going to make it full anyway. But okay, so I hope I've inspired you today, and I hope I've not bored you all today. And if you could, give me a like and a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And as always, see you tomorrow.